Hey guys, what's up? Packside Gaming here. Okay, so spoiler alert, this is the final boss of the game, and this is Rafe, and you have to fight him with this sword. So immediately you're given the instructions to press triangle to dodge a left-sided attack, or circle to dodge a right-sided attack. I apologize, there's no volume on this. I had my headphones in. Let's just get that out of the way. But for the most part, what I noticed was triangle worked almost all of the time except for the very last part. Now what I mean by that when I say part is that there are checkpoints along the way. Basically whenever a cinematic feature is played in this fight, you know that that's part of a checkpoint. So luckily enough there are checkpoints, and fortunately you can restart those checkpoints to obtain this trophy. So the fight in general isn't really that difficult. It's just whether or not you slip up dodging a certain direction. And like I said, for me, triangle worked the majority of the time. What do I mean for me? It should work the majority of time for everyone. If it doesn't, you know, simply just press start, restart checkpoint, and it'll take you back. I did have to restart the checkpoint for the very last section of this battle several times because he gets a little more aggressive, obviously, towards the end, slicing and dicing, and if you hit any bleed marks, I didn't have to restart the checkpoint until probably about this moment initially. So I got all the way to this part, and then, you know, he came in at me. I was a little too aggressive. I needed to play this a little more defensively. So he's going to hit me, I think, about here somewhere. And you'll know he hits you because it shows up the exact same way as it would on like regular gameplay. If you were shot, see that little blood line there? So, and there's another one there. So I knew at this point, okay, I gotta restart this whole thing. And when I hit restart checkpoint, thankfully it brought me just back to this point. And it will also remind you block left attack, block right attack for the circle and triangle buttons as well. So the whole idea to this is block a few times, maybe attack at him a little bit, but eventually you're going to be given that square prompt, and you're going to dodge roughly 2, 3, 4 times, and then it's going to prompt you for the square. Once you hit him on, once you press square and you hit him a few times, you attack that way. After that, it's going to spark another kind of entanglement here, and that's going to initiate several more cutscenes. So there are a few more. This entire fight is about 10 minutes long, give or take, because I did show you guys some of the parts where I had to pause and restart, but I tried to leave out most of the load screens. And this is all you're really doing. This is about it, with the exception of having to tap triangle a couple of times in between as well, but it's fairly redundant. The best part about this whole fight scene is the cinematography. It was amazing. The graphics and everything, it was very intense, and I wish I had the sound on for you, but like I said, I have my headphones in, so I was really invested in this game, for sure. Like, I wanted to finish this entire thing as soon as possible. I was invested in the characters, and they did a really good job on this whole game. This being the very end, I can kind of just look back and reminisce on all of the levels and everything that I played, and I extremely enjoyed this, not only this franchise, but this specific installment. And there I got hit again a couple times, so got a restart checkpoint, and it'll bring me back to, not all the way back, a little bit closer than when I first restarted the checkpoint. And you'll notice, because different things are happening, I gotta restart again, I got hit immediately. You'll notice because things are falling from the ceiling. You'll notice the backdrop changed a little bit, so you'll know where you actually end up. And you know, don't quote me on the fact that triangle works all the time or the majority of the time. Just continue to try it until it works best for you, because in that moment there, that was clearly a right-handed swipe. So I had to go ahead and restart there as well. all in all, this whole thing probably took me, with checkpoint restarts and everything, probably about twice as long as it should have, as long as the entire fight took me. But that's really not a big deal, because this is a silver trophy, so naturally it's going to be a little bit more difficult. And he's kind of erratic and spontaneous with his attacks for the first time playing this. All in all, I would probably say definitely just keep your distance, play very defensively. If you feel the need to go in and attack him, you know, at your own risk, basically, because he'll come to you and he'll attack you. There's also, I was told there is a slow motion bonus. There is a slow motion bonus once you complete the game. And when you complete the game, you can actually use that slow motion bonus on this fight. And from what I hear, it makes this whole thing, getting this silver trophy, a lot easier. So don't worry about having to beat him and get the trophy in the first run. I just decided to do it because I knew this was the point where a silver trophy was available, because it mentions talk of a sword fight. This is a final boss. This is a sword fight. So this is it. This is the place. But my recommendation is go ahead and, even though this isn't what I did, go ahead and just play through, finish the game, reload this particular encounter, and he destroys me there. I definitely have to restart. And replay this encounter and set the bonus slow motion. And it'll make it a ton easier on you guys. This is basically just so that I can show you, take you through the motions of all of the different checkpoints that take place in this game, the length of this battle, the technique of his attacks, the range and motion of his... But this was the most difficult part for me. So you're going to go triangle, circle, triangle. And I just, for whatever reason, I just could not get that down. But this is the very end. I don't want to spoil it, but you only have one more command, and then that's the end. And that's it. He's dead. Okay. So, I mean, why wouldn't he be? He's dead. So, once this happens, the trophy doesn't pop right away, so don't freak out. It pops when you end up in the water after you've escaped from the ship. And that kind of officially ends the sword fight battle. And trophy's called Swordmaster, silver trophy. You have earned a trophy. We're going to look at it here. And it's a hidden trophy, ultra rare right now. 2.1% of people who played this game have it. So, perfectly parry Rafe in the sword fight. And that basically just means block all of his attacks and don't get hit. That's what parry means, in case you were wondering. So, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Paxtag Gaming. More to come from this channel. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it.